Hey you guys, it's Chloe here with Breed Dog Training, and it is time to answer your questions of the week. If you didn't know already, what we do is every week on Tuesday, we post a thing on our Instagram feed, as well as Facebook, so whatever you follow. But for here on Instagram, make sure you check out every Tuesday. Pay attention. If you have a dog question, make sure you post it there in the comments for that post, and we will tackle that question through IGTV. And yeah, it's just our way of helping you guys out. And so make sure you take full advantage of that. For any dog questions you may have, post it there every week, every Tuesday. Do it. All right, and be sure to tag your friends as well. If you know of someone that's struggling or just got a new dog or whatever the case, tag them. Maybe it'll be helpful for them. Okay, so we have a few different questions we're going to tackle. Just to give you a brief overview, we're going to tackle how do I stop my puppy from biting? What brand do you recommend for training collars? Do you know of a good brand for bark collars? We're also going to tackle how do you get your dog to stop barking in the yard when you don't want it to, and then how can you allow barking when you do want it to, to alert you. So how do we figure that out? So some interesting questions and some common questions that come up for clients, and let's go ahead and dig into them, and make sure you stick around so you can get all the answers for these questions. So first question is, how do I stop my puppy from biting? All right, it's a common problem with puppies, right? They're always nibbling on things, getting their mouth onto things. It's what they do, like toddlers, right? They're always putting something in their mouth, and well, puppies have teeth, and it kind of hurts. So how do we get them to stop biting? Well, there's a few things we can do, but I'm going to give you a couple tips that I think will work pretty well. And one of them is, it's very simple. Well, first off, let me tell you this. Anytime we're trying to get rid of a behavior, such as biting, right, like we're talking about, we have to punish the behavior. We have to give a consequence that's uncomfortable so that the dog learns to stop, okay? So what I'm going to tell you is to create a consequence. So in this case, with a puppy biting, a lot of times what you can do, because they're usually biting our hands, right, or arms, things like that, is put your thumb or your finger down into its mouth and press down, okay, for a few moments. It doesn't be anything crazy, just for a few moments, and make it uncomfortable. Okay? After a while, right, the dog's going to learn, oh, I don't like that, so I'm going to stop doing it. Right? Easy enough. Another tool that you can use is a pet convincer, or what is also called a pet corrector. You can find them at most pet stores. You can find them on Amazon, that sort of thing. Usually it costs about like $30. And trust me, as a puppy owner, you will find it very useful. Okay? And all it is an air canister that shoots out a puff of air with just by a press of the lever. Okay? And it's kind of loud. It's just kind of startling a little bit. Can't hurt the dog, you know, really easy to use. You can just hang it in your pocket whenever you need it. And so if the dog goes to bite on you or chew on you or just whatever, just go ahead and shoot it towards the puppy, and you go, whoa! Just kind of startles them a little bit. And usually, right, if you're consistent, just like anything, you will hopefully get a result of no more puppy biting, okay? And they learn the value of no. All right, so that should work for you. If it doesn't, feel free to reach out. We can help you out. The next question is, I got them over here. What brand do you recommend for training collars? Do you know of a good brand for a bark collar when we are not home? Excuse me, I'm thirsty. For training collars, we always use prong collars. Well, not always, but most of the time we're using prong collars, or otherwise known as pinch collars. And they're the spiky, evil-looking collars, right? And nobody likes because they look horrific. However, if you fully understand the collar and how to use it, then it's really not so scary. In fact, it's an amazing, magical tool, okay? And we love them very much. So the brand that I would use for that is Herm Springer. Okay, make sure you get that brand. There are a lot of knockoffs too. Amazon does not sell good quality ones. It'll say Herm Springer, but what they send to you is a cheap quality. It's also what you'll find in a lot of pet stores. I have noticed though, if you get them like in a feed store, they're usually the better quality, or Chewy.com also sells good quality ones. So you can definitely go to those. But if you use a prong collar, make sure you are educated on how to use it properly, how to fit it properly, because a lot of times dog owners go out and buy these, but they don't have good results because they're not using them correctly. So this is where a professional comes in handy, just to really show you the techniques. Otherwise, you can look on our YouTube page, and we have DIY videos how to really understand the prong collar and how you can use it properly and fit it properly. So be sure to check over there. Otherwise, hire a dog trainer and just hire a professional and just, get that one-on-one guidance that we can really get the results that you need and you're using it safely. Okay. As far as bark collar goes, there are a lot of terrible bark collars out there, but there's also some really good ones. So just to kind of briefly say, bad ones are just, poor quality, cheap, that sort of thing. But there's also collars like, these citronella ones, they shoot out citronella. Don't buy those, okay? They're just, what you're doing is spraying an odor into the dog's face or their nose, their strongest sense, right? Their sense of smell, and that will stay there for hours, right? Maybe all day. It's a very strong odor. So it's not like you're just punishing in that moment, but you're punishing for the entire day. And that doesn't make any sense. That's not really going to teach the dog anything, okay? You're just pretty much just torturing your dog all day with the scent, the strong sense of citronella. So that's not really gonna work, okay? Maybe a lot of people buy it because it's cheap. I don't even know how much it runs, but or it sounds more humane, I guess. But when you really think about it, that sounds terrible. So when we correct, right, we want it to be quick. We don't want it to linger. We just need to be quick and in the moment, okay? So a good bark collar would be something that is, in relation to an e-collar. I have one right here just to kind of demo. This is by Ecollar Technologies. That is where I would suggest you to buy. That is the brand that I use. I've only used a couple brands so I'll recommend to you, although there are a few others that I've heard are really good. But just to give you an idea, this one's by Ecollar Technologies. You can go on their website, ecollar.com. They probably sell them on Amazon too. And it's called like an anti-bark collar, the BP504, okay? And they run about $100, and it's totally worth it. And the design of it is you can change to different levels, or you can do it automatically changes to different levels of the higher frequency or higher of, it's going to be more uncomfortable, right? As far as the levels go up, one's going to be softer, two's going to be more harder, three harder, right? More, it's going to increase. So it even has like a tone, so it may give like a warning sound. So if the dog barks, it'll beep and then give a warning, right? They start to learn that the beep is the warning, and then the correction will come. So just depending on the dog, the levels will fluctuate. So that's why they give you those different levels. So after a while, you just kind of learn what you need, and it's just about reading the manual and understanding the collar. Garmin also sells a good product. The Bark Limiter Deluxe is what I would recommend. Theirs even tells you if your dog barked at all while you were gone. So those tools are really, really great for stopping barking just in general. And it's great for when you're gone, because when you're not there, you can't correct. So the other way. So it really is a great tool. Just make sure you get a good quality. I would suggest Ecollar Tech or Garmin. Okay, and like I said, they run about $100, so totally worth the investment. So go check those out. And then our last question, take a water here. And this is an interesting one, because my answer is going to be a little interesting and probably anyways, let's get into it. This question is, I keep going to the paper and the question's here. Hernandez asks, we live with a nature walk behind my house, and every time the neighbor's dog hears anything, sorry, my cat's about to walk over my computer. I don't train cats. Sorry. We live with a nature walk behind my house, and every time the neighbor's dog hears anything, move back there, it goes crazy barking, which then puts my dog into a barking, hyperactive mess. And I'm losing my patience. But she is a good protector, and I don't want to discourage that part of barking. So you may or may not like my answer, because I might disappoint you. The truth is, for most dog owners, is you can't really have both. Sorry, all my animals are just going crazy all over my feet right now. Okay, it's really hard to have both because in reality it would be really difficult and challenging for you to train the difference or to allow the dog to understand the difference. This is where if you really wanted a guard dog, you need to train your dog as a guard dog. But if you just want a pet dog, don't expect them to understand that difference. You just can't expect them to be a guard dog. They're just a pet, right? And so that's where I would prefer you to really just focus on more obedience than thinking your dog is going to be your guard dog or your alert dog, that sort of thing. So for me, I would suggest, yes, correcting the barking, and I would do that through e-collar training. You could use a bark collar, but I would do e-collar training for something like that. And, same technology, of course, you just have a remote and you can choose when the dog gets corrected for those moments. That would be my really simple answer. And without going, because we would need more details to really get a handle on this. But essentially, yes, e-collar training and then correcting them for the barking. But it would be very difficult to teach them the difference. So it is an issue that a lot of people bring up, and because they want their dog to alert, because they think their dogs are capable of being guard dogs or just alerting them. They like that idea. But let's face it, if you really want to protect your property and your family, there are much better ways to find more reliable security, right? Cameras, alarm systems, lots of other things, or just getting a real guard dog. But, that is an investment in itself to get your dog trained for that. That is a specialty that you would have to look into. So hope that was helpful. I hope that wasn't too disappointing for you. But let's face it, you probably don't need a guard dog. I would just teach the dog to relax, to stop barking, because being in a hyperactive mess is not mentally healthy, right? We want our dog to be able to just relax, to take it in the environment, not make anything a big deal out of its, that's going on, not letting things stress them out so much, right? When we are anxious or stressed out, we don't enjoy that, or when we're reactive, it's not a great thing. So I would definitely tackle the situation, and if you are not already into e-collar training, then I would suggest reaching out to a professional and getting some guidance on that, because it's not really something you want to tackle on your own. Really, it's much safer, much better to really have someone guide you through that process. So if that's something you really want to get a tackle on, and you really want to help your dog out, get mentally stable, and give you some peace of mind, and really take away that stress for you, because like you said, you're starting to lose your patience, and you're very normal for that. A lot of our dogs are driving us nuts because of these types of things, types of behaviors, but they certainly can be fixed. So I would encourage you to make it a priority and start getting, serious about taking care of that issue. It's not gonna just help you, but it's gonna help your dog too. So anyways, like I said, hope that's helpful, you guys, and thank you so much for posting your questions. Be sure to look out again for next Tuesday. If you have any more questions, or, tag your friends, let them know, hey, Chloe helped me out. Be sure to post your question, all right? And of course, if you need more help, if you need more one-on-one help, if you're interested in a training program with us, we offer through our website, rooteddogtraining.com. You can find a link in our profile. We'd love to help you out. This is our specialty. We help people overcome challenging dog behaviors, as well as help people, bring up a well-mannered adult dog. So if you got a puppy, you got a new dog, or you got a difficult dog, if you want an adventure dog, we can help you out with that. So be sure to contact us so you can get that new life with your dog started. Okay, you guys, take care. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye for now.